Orion Pictures presents Burt Reynolds in Sharky's Machine.
If you don't get out now, I'm going to have to call the police.
I am the police. Sharky, Vice.
They were just street cops until they teamed up with Sharky and became Sharky's Machine.
7 ladies. One's got her hooks into Hodgkins, and that's the one the department won't let us touch on. Doesn't that tell you anything?
$1,000 a night. Is that right? Is that what they get?
I want to watch her. Found the clock. Who? Dominoe?
Today, Review Lens looks at Sharky's Machine, a surprising movie that was directed by a good old Southern boy. Give me 5 minutes and you'll see what I mean. Released in 1981, Reynolds directed himself as Tom Sharky, an Atlanta vice cop demoted to surveillance who becomes obsessed with a call girl while investigating political corruption. It's Hitchcock by way of Atlanta, Georgia, and it's better than it has any right to be. The film opens with Sharky botching a drug bust that ends with civilians in danger and his demotion to the basement, literally. The Vice Squad works in the basement of Atlanta PD, nicknamed The Machine, where cops nobody wants anymore to spy on civilians nobody cares about. Reynolds shoots this like a descent into hell. All fluorescent lights and water-stained ceiling tiles. This is where cop careers go to die. The plot kicks in when Sharky's team surveils Dominoe, a high-end escort played by Rachel Ward in her film debut. They watch her through telescopes from an apartment across from hers, and yes, just like Rear Window. But where Hitchcock gave us Jimmy Stewart falling for Grace Kelly, Reynolds gives us a burned-out cop falling for a woman who charges more per night than he makes in a month. Here's what makes this fascinating. Reynolds, the director, is constantly undercutting Reynolds, the movie star. Sharky isn't smooth or charming. He's a mess. He lives on bourbon and cigarettes, hasn't had a real relationship in years, and gets visibly uncomfortable during the surveillance scenes when his team makes crude comments about Dominoe. The villain is Victor, played by Vittorio Gassman as an Italian crime boss with political connections and a brother who's a psychotic killer. Henry Silva plays that brother, Billy Score, and his performance is genuinely terrifying. He's introduced as killing a woman with his bare hands, and Silva plays it completely silent except for his breathing. No one-liners, no emotion, just mechanical violence. Reynolds assembled an incredible supporting cast. Charles Durning plays Sharky's slovenly partner Frisco, bringing genuine warmth to what could have been comic relief. Bernie Casey, Richard Libertini, and Earl Holliman round out the machine, each getting moments that establish them as real cops with real problems, not just backdrop. Brian Keith shows up as Papa Sharky's mentor and the only honest politician in Atlanta, and his scenes with Reynolds crackle with history we never fully learn but completely understand. The action scenes are brutal and efficient. Reynolds learned from directors like John Borman and Robert Aldrich I.D. Violence should hurt. When Sharky fights Billy Score in the climax, it's not choreographed martial arts, it's two men trying to kill each other with whatever's available. The final confrontation happens on top of Atlanta's Peachtree Plaza, and Reynolds uses the real location's vertigo-inducing height rather than studio sets. You can feel the wind. The film's secret weapon is its sense of place. This isn't generic city corruption. It's specifically Atlanta in 1981, a city trying to present itself as the New South, while old money and old crime still run everything. Reynolds shoots the city like Michael Mann would later shoot Los Angeles. All glass towers and empty streets at night, beautiful and cold. Sharky's Machine made money but was overshadowed by Reynolds' more commercial films like Smokey and the Bandit. Critics who bothered to look past his mustache and reputation found something special. Roger Ebert gave it 3.5 stars and called it Reynolds' best work. He was right. This is Reynolds proving he understood movies beyond his good old boy persona. Sharky's Machine is the movie Burt Reynolds made to prove he was a real filmmaker. He succeeded. It's a noir disguised as a cop thriller, a character study dressed up as an action movie, and a meditation on loneliness sold as Burt Reynolds versus the mob. It's the best movie Reynolds ever directed, and most people have never seen it. So, that's Sharky's Machine, a movie too smart for its star's image, too dark for 1981 audiences, and too good to be forgotten. Reynolds made exactly the movie he wanted to make, and that movie is a small masterpiece of American noir. Not bad for a guy everyone thought was just a good old boy with a fast car and a nice smile. And that's it for this one. Hope you enjoyed this movie as much as I did. Let me know in the comments if you want more Burt Reynolds movies. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell for more movie comparisons, retro reviews, and all things film. And as always, see you on the next one.
The clock. Who? Domino with an E. Domino.
So waste, you busting hookers? The last casualty they had in Vice was a suicide.